Hiya, Barbie.
Hi, Ken.
You want to go do a podcast?
Sure.
Jump in.
Ladies and gentlemen, fillies and gentacoats, dragons of all ages, and everyone else, welcome to Pondering Pony. I'm your host, John, and with me I have my co-host, Kazim, Kazam, Kazoom. CJ, my magic is running low, and without glass, how will I be able to admire my rare beauty?
Forgot to give myself a response line for that. I don't know how to.
I don't know. Just call me a pig. Anyway, this is a podcast about toy media franchises, 2000s nostalgia, and whatever else we want to talk about. And this week we are back to talk about My Little Pony and Friends from Generation 1, The Glass Princess.
Yeah. So this is another 4-part arc here. This was released October 6th through October 9, 1986. Lots of credited directors, so I won't get into the whole thing. This is written by Tracy Mann Hill and Michael Charles Hill, which I'm just realizing I forgot to look up who these people are, so I'm going to quick do this.
But they are the first new writers we've had for Generation 1 since everything else before was George Arthur Bloom. And so, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see the different perspectives and writing styles and how characters are done, which, you know, we have things to say about characters. At least you do.
Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, it looks like Tracy Hill Bloom does not have any other credits. Let's see, or Tracy Mann Hill. Sorry, I don't
Man
know.
Hill.
Man Hill.
Yeah.
Looks like Michael Charles Hill. Sorry, should have put this all in the notes. Was a producer on G.I. Joe and the Transformers, the animated series from around the same time. And also has writing credits on those, and Gem from Gem and the Holograms, Garbage Pail Kids. So someone who's working a lot with these toy media properties.
Makes sense, yeah.
And then we have animation by Sunbrow Productions, Marvel Productions, and Toy Animation with music by Rob Walsh and songs by Tommy Goodman.
Yeah. The plot for this one is the magical pig princess Porcina has teamed up with 3 Raptorians to help her repair her magic cloak in exchange for their own kingdom. And Porcina is obsessed for their own reflection and wants to turn the entire world to glass so she can admire it wherever she goes. The Raptorians come across a group of ponies and decide to kidnap them to use their magic hair for the cloak. And Megan forms a search party to rescue the ponies, and Shady goes along because she feels guilty that she wasn't able to stop the kidnapping, and she feels useless in general. And while they are away, Porcina turns the valley and all the ponies in it to glass. And inside Porcina's lair, Megan finds the ponies, and together they leave a decoy cloak made out of the bushwoolly hair. And they replace the cloak with the fake while Porcina is sleeping, but the Raptorians arrive and find them. And they order Porcina to turn the ponies to glass, and on seeing the ponies in real life for the first time, Porcina realizes that she has no right to turn them to glass. And while fighting for the magic cloak with Megan, the Raptorians cause it to misfire, and it turns them to glass. And Porcina uses the cloak to reverse her spells and then destroys it. And she goes off to live with the Bushwillies. Yes.
How many times have ponies been kidnapped to start the plot of these things?
When it comes to Generation 1, they only have 2 plots. It's either the characters get kidnapped or it's a real estate scheme. It's one of those two. Either it's a real estate scheme or it's for slavery purposes. This episode we have like both of them. We enslave the ponies in their sweatshop to make a cloak, and then they want those bird dog things. They want real estate, so they turn it all to glass for whatever reason they need to turn it to glass for. No reason at all, really.
This is just we keep seeing the same plot structure over and over again. And that's like not an uncommon thing for shows like this. I mean, even there are shows that I like that have basically the same plot structure every time. You know, Phineas and Ferb, obviously they
Oh
play
yeah,
around a bit with that, but it is the same. Scooby Doo, it's the same plot structure. But yeah, I don't know why it bugs me here, but it has been bugging me as we've been getting further into this. That it's like, oh, I need to do another. Oh, yep, their ponies are getting kidnapped. Oh no, what's gonna?
yeah,
Oh, Megan's gonna solve the problems. Oh, yep, Megan's gonna solve the problems. Oh,
yeah.
we're
Like
encountering a new species of creatures. Yep, makes sense. Oh, here's the villain and their bumbling hench person slash people.
yeah, that's not gonna change at all. Um, like I said, you can break down G1 into two categories: a slavery mission or a real estate scheme. So, um, yeah, yeah, yeah. So, like, the further you go on, the more you're just gonna be like, okay, I just gotta not really care to pay attention about any of that and just go for the ride. Um, because if you try to break it down, it's like not very interesting at all. So yeah,
Yeah, I think this is more interesting with the characters than the story itself because there is, as I was watching this, I'm like, I hope there is at least one thing that I can talk about, and there is one thing that I can talk about, but it's more about the characters than the
sure.
story here.
Yeah, and it's like the way the story is resolved is not particularly great. The final confrontation with like changing the cloak and then dealing with the Raptorians and the princess in that one room is a lesson in stupidity. like they try to change the cloak, but then the lights turn out, and then oh no, which one's the real cloak? And Raptorians show up. Ponies and Bush Willies, they just massively outnumber those things, but all they do is they stand there and wait to see what the Raptorians do. They give them the Raptorians, they grab the fake cloak and they stand there while the Raptorians use it. Then the Raptorians realize, oh, it's a fake cloak. They notice it with Megan, and it's like, okay. At that point, they run away, but no, they get into the tug of war, and then Dale's ex machina, they break the cloak, and suddenly the Raptorians are turned to glass. Like, they did nothing. Absolutely nothing. And it's just not a very compelling ending at all. It's just like, oh, okay. That's just stupid.
I think yeah, that was how I was feeling most of the time. But then once we got to the ending, I was like, oh, there's something interesting with a character here where I'm like,
Yeah,
I'm not even paying attention to the shenanigans that are going on there. Um,
that character is odd in their placement of this episode, and we will talk about that character.
yes, yes.
um, but it
First, though,
is
we need
interesting.
to
It's
talk.
interesting as well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we need to talk about Shady, who is the most annoyingly whiny pony, and that's saying something because they're all annoyingly whiny. All of these ponies, they're just always complaining about everything. Even when they're happy, they're whining. Just the vocal performances are just it yeah. Every moment with Shady though is just torture. She's just like, "Oh, I can't do anything. Oh, nobody likes me. Oh, I'm going on this quest and we're going to spend more time with me. Oh, how
what if it
horrible."
rains? What if we get
Yeah.
all wet and catch pneumonia? So
Uh,
Shady, I like Shady ironically. Like, yeah, she's the Debbie Downer miserable one that like is always complaining about how terrible things are. But I don't know. For some reason I enjoy the random thing that she says is like an issue.
okay.
And part of it is I actually don't find the voices annoying like you do. I find
Okay.
them uniquely charming, but it's mainly because oh yeah, that's like of the time period type charming rather than if you put like these voices in a cartoon today, I'm like, okay, well, I don't know about that, but
I find them of the time period like there's a reason we don't do this anymore. Yeah.
yeah. And that's what I
I find
find
other
charming.
stuff with the voice acting, like the villain performances, I think have been pretty consistently. I've been enjoying sort of the theatricality of those. Um,
Mm. Hmm.
the the pony performances, I just yeah, and like I was realizing as I was typing out my notes, this is part of why I don't have fun with these, is because it never feels like any of these characters are having fun on their adventures. There's just like, oh, why are we going on this adventure? Oh, this is so terrible. I hate it.
Yeah, there's really two ponies that really embody that, and that's one is Shady, who's like everything's the worst, and the other one is Gusty, who because she's voiced by Nancy Cartwright and has to be the sarcastic one. Yeah, yeah, that's
It's like
for sure.
even the ponies who aren't whiny in that way, like they aren't having fun on their adventures.
Depends on
Which
which ones. Most of them
yeah,
aren't. You need the
it,
bubbly one like Fizzy, who just like enjoys everything and thinks it's all good. um, on more
it's
adventures
just
just to
like
balance that out.
it's just a weird thing for a kid show that all of these adventures feel like such slogs. And maybe this was just bad because we're mainly following Shady, and Shady is never having a good time. But yeah, it's like, how am I supposed to, as the viewer, how am I supposed to have fun watching this when the focal character of the ponies is just always whining about everything?
I don't know. G1 is supposed to be fun in that regard. I, I think it's like you're supposed to be like, oh no, the events happening to these ponies are terrible. You want to see them get out of these adventures so
I
that they
don't
can
want to
just.
see them. I don't like these ponies. I don't want to see anything good happen to them. I don't want to follow them. I want to follow everyone else. I'm rooting for the villains.
Well, there are some weird and fun villains this show, so you can enjoy that aspect. I'll enjoy the ponies because
Yeah.
I like the ponies more than some of the villains. So
Okay. I mean,
you and I,
yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Not the villains haven't been spectacular, but at least they have fun.
sure.
Now, interestingly, we have Molly as sort of the focal human character here. Um,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
for certain parts. And yeah, she is extremely patient considering that she can stand to spend this much time with Shady. Like, at
Yeah.
a certain point, I'm like, Molly, just leave. Shady is like, oh, no one likes me. I don't want to go. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that.
I
Why
can't
is
jump
life so
high.
horrible? I can't
I
jump
don't have
high.
wings.
Molly, just be like, okay, fine, goodbye.
Yeah. The whole thing with Shady is that she's not good enough for the Pony Olympics, and that's her own
Yeah,
self reflection. And we kind of dropped the whole Pony Olympics thing by the end. Um, I mean, Shady quote unquote saves the day in that she comes up with the solutions like, oh, let's use the bush woolly fur to make a cloak. That didn't matter at all.
nope.
Unfortunately, consider, yeah, yeah.
Uh,
So her her one her one fabulous trait is just broken. Unfortunate by the plot demands, but yes,
yeah,
Molly, she's just like short Megan in this one.
yeah. She has no distinct person, and like functionally within the story, she is indistinguishable from Megan in that she is the human who is going along, who is trying to like motivate the ponies. Except in this case, she's motivating just Shady, and then Megan is over somewhere else motivating all the other ponies.
Yeah,
Um,
Danny was here also, like splashing everyone in the pool. Then he just disappeared.
uh,
I
but yeah,
don't know what
once they
happened
meet
there.
up with Megan in like the last part, then Molly just completely disappears into the background again.
I mean, yeah, that's also a circumstance of having like too many characters in one location. You have multiple ponies, plus the Bush Woolies, plus Megan and Molly and Shady. So, and
Yeah.
all the villains. Of course, they weren't going to do anything with Molly.
Uh, Poor Molly. But
Uh,
yeah, on to the villains. I think the villains are more interesting to talk about this episode. We have Porcina, who I think is perfection. She's the best. Like they're trying to do that thing where someone quote unquote unattractive has undue confidence in their appearance. Like, oh, this person thinks they look good, but they look bad, and that makes them bad. But it completely backfires because Porcina is so much fun. And she is like so confident and joyful and excited and like yeah. I don't know. It wasn't coming through for me in a good way. I was like, okay, she is a fun character despite the tropes that the writers are kind of going for. And they do give her like a better arc here. Like she is the out of touch princess who doesn't really understand that what she wants is going to harm others. And then once she is confronted with like, hey, no, the ponies are like real beings. They are just things you see through your mirror. She's immediately like, oh no, I can't go through in my plan. I need to undo everything because that was not good on my part.
Yeah, I mean, in terms with her, like she's the person who uh like, oh, when she pushes the nuclear button to destroy the world, to her it's like, oh, it's just a thing of the computer, it's just numbers, versus seeing the actual destructions. It's like, oh no, I can't kill all of those, which was weird because she did see images of the ponies being turned into glass. um
But I mean, it's a thing that is true in real
yeah,
life, and that has become
yeah.
increasingly relevant as like, you know, with the internet and with so much interfacing between people being through screens, even like without being able to see, but even when you do see people, there is like a distance. Um,
And they could have done something more interesting with that, but because she's a villain who gets manipulated by others to do the task, she kind of doesn't really get to have that interesting side. Honestly, I don't really care for Persina.
okay.
You and I are on like the opposite spectrum on this episode, where I don't mind Shady. I don't really care for Persina or really any of the villains. So this is your episode, Jay.
Yeah, no, I just think I like her arc here. I like I mean it's this spoiled princess thing of
Why
like
is she a princess? What is she a princess of?
I don't
She's
know. I
just
don't
there.
care. They never
I
explain
care.
these things, God. They never explain these things. It's
I
just
know,
here's
and
a new magical creature
that's
who
what
has
I
been
care
here the
about.
entire time.
That's what I care about. She's just there. We never see her again.
Oh,
She has this
that's too
ability.
bad.
Why does she have this ability? I don't know. Why does
It's a
anyone have
fun thing.
anything? Her motivation is just vanity, which is
Yeah,
fine.
but it's
That's a fine motivation, but that's just they don't focus really on vanity because they focus on the bird real estate scheme. Um,
I mean, that is like a big because that's why she turns the valley into glass is because of that. And then upon like being confronted with, hey, there's an actual like cost to that, she's like, oh, I had not considered that, and that's bad. And yeah, that I'm gonna undo that. I like that she has no ego about it. Like she isn't so stuck in her ways that she can't be reasoned with. Or like there isn't even any reasoning to do. She just sees the ponies in front of her and is like, "Oh, I can't actually turn these ponies to glass, and I shouldn't have turned those other ponies to glass, and I'm just gonna turn them back." Like she's just like, "Oh yeah, I was wrong." Like
yep.
how often do you don't see that in real life when people get like sucked into horrible things online and then get confronted with the reality. You don't see them like apologize and be, "Oh, I was wrong. Let me fix that." Good on her.
Hmm.
I'm glad she gets a happy ending. She deserves the happy ending.
Is it a
It
happy
feels
ending?
yeah.
She gets to live with the Bush Willies. Is that a happy ending?
Yeah, no, because they're like, "Hey, you can do our hair," and she's like, "Oh, I love doing your hair." And they're like, "Oh, you're so pretty," and she's like, "Oh, these people appreciate me." It's a happy ending.
Yeah. I mean, I've I, my most recent viewing, I saw the ending. It's like, okay, so I know that we don't see Persina again, and my question is, are the Bushwillies inviting her to their cave underground because they want someone to do their hair, or because they're hungry and she's a pig?
Yeah,
Anyway,
I I just this needs to be a happy ending for her because the otherwise the show is like demonizing her self-confidence, which I mean it is. That is what it's doing. She has the whole like musical number where they're like she's very specifically being animated. But then she like puts on the different costumes, the different outfits is like, "Oh no, she looks great in that dress." Like good for her. But obviously it's the whole, lipstick on a pig thing that they're playing with, which is
Mhm.
yeah, I don't know. That part of it was rubbing me the wrong way. So then when she had this redemption arc, I was like, okay, this is actually good. It's not perfect, but they're doing something there that is, you know, yeah, yeah. The Raptorians, on the other hand, they're not really that interesting of villains. They just kind of want a place of their own, but
I see their motivation is and what they do is just odd to me. So we established, okay, they want their own real estate, they want their own land to roam, but
yeah.
I don't understand why they need to turn it to glass in order to do that. It's
I
like, why
I think
glass?
it's to get rid of the ponies. I think they
Yeah,
need the
but they
ponies
could get rid
gone.
of sure, but like, why glass? What are they gonna do with all
I mean,
this
because that's what
glass?
that's what Porcina that's what she can do.
That's what she can do. But it's like Ponyland is so huge they can just go to any spot and never even bump into the ponies. But it's like you've ruined your real estate by turning it all to glass. So it's a
I
weird thing.
I don't know if they had thought that far ahead.
I don't think so either. They're also there's this really weird scene where we're following Megan in the group and they're like sneaking in the caves and we see those three Raptorians like leave a room and are boasting is like, we're gonna go to our new home. Megan goes into the mirror room and sees like the ponies. Is like, oh no. Then the Raptorians they walk back in, they dance around the circles, like, we're gonna go to our new home, then leave again. What's the point of that? Why did they show up to do that little dance in that room that they just left and left again? It makes no sense. Everything they do is just doesn't make much sense to me.
Yeah. I
You
I
know.
don't I don't care about them, so I wasn't even thinking about that. Th
Yeah.
this whole time, I'm watching this, and I'm, like, paying attention, but my mind is wandering elsewhere. I'm thinking of other things. It's really only when Porcina's on screen that I am, like, locked in. Um,
Sure. Sure.
so everything else just kind of washes over. That's the only way I could watch this because I don't if I could latch onto something to either love or hate, then I would be more invested in this. Whereas as it is, it's just like, "Oh, this is the same plot as always. These are the same villains as always. They're just kinda bumbling. They don't do things that make sense because if they did things that made sense, there wouldn't be a plot."
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Of course. Plus, we also need to get our 40-minute runtime on each
yeah.
episode. So,
Yeah, that has been that I guess I should have written that in the story section because I did think that as I was watching this is like, this is a great 20-minute thing that is just about Porcina and does not involve the Raptorians. That's like a good 20-minute episode arc. But
mhm.
no, it's gotta be 40 minutes. We have this uh, I
Yeah.
don't even know why. It's like Clone Wars, once it gets into like "Oh, we need to have 4 episodes of the droids on the planet where nothing happens because we
Yeah.
gotta do another 4-episode arc."
George Lucas's favorite episode. Um, yeah. So once we get to the 2 episode arcs, I think the stories are just a lot easier to manage and they flow much better.
Okay.
But when it comes to the 4 story arcs, you really need a special writer who knows how to properly fill those arcs with like stuff that matters.
Yeah.
And we'll see. I think there's one episode that I really enjoy that does that. So we'll
Okay.
see your thoughts on other episodes. But yeah,
Yeah.
the other
I'm open to
ponies.
liking these things. It's
Yeah,
just this so far it's been downhill. Except I mean, this is better than, Ghost in Paradise Estate, or I found more to latch on to
sure.
at the end because I love the ghost in Ghost in Paradise Estate, but the ghost is gone by episode 2.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. Other the other ponies in this, so they're so oblivious in the beginning. It's like they're there to try to cheer up Shady by saying whatever nonsense that they're trying to say. Shady leaves the room, and then they're like, "Oh, where's Shady? Oh, well, that's gratitude for you." And they're just so oblivious to like everything. Like Shady announced her leaving essentially, and they were just ignored her. And then they're just they're not really good at avoiding nets. Like they really, really need to learn. It's like how many times have the ponies been captured in nets? So many times. This was the most egregious one where they saw the birds coming, and their reaction is just to like jump up in the air, be like, no, no, and they start blowing on the nets. Where Gusty, her ability to use is to blow wind with her horn. She could have used that instead of just. They could have done anything than just stay there and get captured. But we learned a little bit of magical lore here in that pony hair is magically fast growing if you cut it off,
Yeah.
which I find super funny because in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, okay, how many children have cut off their pony's hair thinking it will grow back after watching
That
this
is a good
episode?
point.
So
Uh,
when I saw them do that, it's like, oh, okay. Well, I know that some kids just broke their heart by doing something
I
stupid.
know there are certain dolls that have like that as a play feature of like there's, or at least I've heard of it, where there will be like dolls where you're actually encouraged to cut hair and then you can, there's like enough hair that you can get some more out. I don't know. I've never seen them. Maybe I'm making this
Yeah,
up. I feel like it's a thing though. The bush woolies are back.
they're shedding
Yep.
apparently, which the animation doesn't do a good job at depicting shedding.
Nope.
I'm watching the episode and there's like this weird colorful dust cloud behind
Yeah.
the bushwheats. But in my mind, I don't look at that and say, "Oh, they're shedding." I'm thinking, "Oh, that's a dust cloud. They're moving really fast."
Yeah.
Even when they point out, it's like, "Oh, they're shedding." It doesn't look like hair at all. It just looks like
No.
colors in the ground. What are you doing? Make it more clear, animators. What are you doing?
I mean, they're
Speaking of
clearly
visuals,
working with like a low budget, and we're watching like the VCR copy. So,
visuals.
oh yeah, visuals. I like Porcina. I like her outfits. She is like her. The animation they do for her is very dynamic as they can get. Um, yeah, I think she was a fun new addition,
Yeah,
just in
the
general.
scene where the ponies go through the car wash and they get weird clown outfits, and there's a lot of weird faces in this episode, like a lot of weird faces. Like they're
Yep.
really funny when you just watch them out of context, but it's like, oh yeah, this this is not on model, this one's not on model. Yep, there's really weird designs here. It's uncanny.
Yep. When Porcina turns the valley to glass, I think it actually looks kind of neat. Thought that was a fun
Mm,
little.
hmm.
But yeah, no, there are a lot of issues. One thing that I noticed though, it was one specific
Yes.
scene that I actually went back and
Yes.
rewatched. Is that there is a scene where Molly and Shady are sharing a line, as in it's Shady's voice saying the line, but Molly's mouth is also moving in time with the
Yeah.
line.
Yeah. So I guess the animators mistook a reactionary shot to her being the one speaking.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And I
Yeah,
mean,
that's
because
mm,
the animators are, this was animated by Japanese animators, so I don't know. I mean, they might, I don't know. Do they have the voice lines beforehand, or are the actors trying to sync up to the voice lines or like to
uh
the visuals?
typically it's like the performances happens first and then it's
Okay.
led to the animation. I know that's the modern production. Um
Yeah.
I
Because I
doubt
wouldn't,
that was the case. Yeah, no. I
yeah.
doubt they were doing it the opposite way.
Yeah, it just occurred to me as I was watching it that like, oh, I wonder if the people who were animating this did not know who was supposed to be speaking here. And so
Mhm.
like two animators, maybe one was doing Molly, one was doing Shady, and they both thought that they were supposed to be animating the line because it matches like as much as the lip sync matches the dialogue. It matches better than in some other shots. It was just kind of funny.
Yeah. No, very much funny. Yeah, this show, the animation errors are very noticeable for the general audience, and I
Uh-huh.
I I enjoy that. But yeah, it is.
I mean,
You get
it's a sign that it's handcrafted, but it's also a sign that they had very little budget to work with, so there wasn't time
they.
or
Yeah, there wasn't really the quality assurance.
yeah,
Making sure everything was perfect. It's like, okay, everything looks fine enough for airing, so let's just air it. So
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
On performances, I don't really have anything to say
yeah. Performances for this one, we have Brandon
besides
Bush, Carrie Julian, Scott Manville, Katie Lee, Nancy Cartwright, Jill Wayne, B.J. Ward, Jenny Elias, Susan Blue, Rusty Taylor, Tress McNeil, Charlie Adler, and some mysterious voices for some other characters that we don't know.
uh, yeah, Jill Wayne as Shady. I think it's mainly
Hey,
a writing and voice direction thing. That is just a very whiny performance.
hey, you take that slander out of your mouth. Jill Wayne is a
Are you
national treasure.
are you saying the performance is not very whiny?
It's
I have
whiny,
nothing
but
against Jill Wade. I'm sure she is a
it
wonderful
is
person, a talented actress. Yeah, this is shady. And this is a thing with all of the ponies. There was I don't even remember who it was, but it was a different pony who was not supposed to be whiny, but the performance was very whiny. I was like, oh, just I think that's
that's
just the
usually
style.
Gusty by Nancy Cartwright.
Okay.
Um, there is an interesting, unique voice in here, Whizzer by Jenny Elias, who speaks super fast and
Yeah.
sounds like a speed racer character in the way that
Yes.
they talk. So that's their name. They whiz past everything so quickly.
Okay.
That's yeah.
Yeah, I obviously Porcina is my favorite character here, and Tress McNeil as Porcina I thought was having fun with the performance.
Yeah, I mean, I think Tress McNeil also was the Bumble Queen, and so
Okay.
I was hearing. To me, it was like, oh, they sound so similar. They're kind of similar in a sense that, yeah,
I have
no.
intentionally erased that from my mind. I have
Well,
retained very little of
just
the other
imagine
four.
Porcina, but Porcina that constantly eats flowers and such.
Yes. We have some songs here. The songs did it really stand out to me? Do you have a favorite in here?
The four songs in this one are "Look at Me," "All Wrong, All Right," "Oh What a Tangle Web We Weave," and "Hurry." I like "Oh What a Tangle Web We Weave." It's the one where the ponies are in the sweatshop. It's it's the more interesting sounding one. It's like there's some interesting rhymes. It's like a sorrowful song. Um, "All Wrong, All Right" it's not. It's a time waster one. For some reason, they end up in a bunny's house, and I don't know why. It's yeah. I don't
So
even remember Hurry.
I missed my opportunity to make this joke, but I'm gonna make it anyway, which is you brought up the sweatshop and I was like, oh, but I don't remember the ponies making sweatpants. A
Yeah,
reference on Glass Onion, another glass related thing.
yeah,
That
I know.
that line killed it in the theater. Did you think that a sweatshop is where they make sweatpants?
Yeah,
uh, Kate Hudson, Academy Award nominee Kate Hudson this year for Song Sung Blue, which I have not seen, but I will take that as a makeup nomination for her not getting the nomination for Glass Onion.
very cool. Yeah, no, not really anything memorable to wise song wise. I just know that "Oh What a Tangle Web We Weave" was interesting but very short.
Yeah, I kind of wish there wasn't a song per episode. I think it destroys the pacing. I think if
Yeah,
they did songs when they needed songs and didn't do songs when they didn't need songs, that would help things a little bit. Because
yeah.
when Shady started singing, I was out. I was like, I can't. My eyes glazed over. My brain went blank. I was like, I can't deal with this right now.
Sure. Yeah. Again, it really depends on the talented writer if they're able to seamlessly put a song and have the song actually fit with what's going on.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's a real struggle with a
And
lot
that
in the
that
show.
yeah. I mean, Phineas and Ferb, they do a song per episode. Of they've talked about, the creators have talked about how difficult of a thing that is. So I don't want to like put that all on the writers, because that is having to come up with a new song every single time is tough. But I'm like, hey, maybe they don't need to come up with a new song every single time. But I guess that's
But
not the
they
style they're
do.
going for.
Yeah. I mean, sure, if they aired this all at once, sure, you don't want to have a song, but because it's like a daily thing, they want to have kids have a daily song to listen to. So
I
it
wonder
makes
what the
it makes sense from a production standpoint, but like
yeah,
from a writing and storytelling standpoint, a lot of the songs just kind of get in the way of the story.
yeah.
Yep,
These
we're
Generation 1
here.
episodes make me appreciate Friendship is Magic more, because even when I'm disliking Friendship is Magic, it's not annoying in the way that Generation 1 tends to be.
That's a positive.
Yes.
um,
It's like, oh, every
sure.
few episodes I'm reminded, okay, we're Friendship is Magic is at least consistently watchable.
That's an opinion. That's a sad
That's
opinion.
put that on the box art. Consistently watchable,
Yeah,
occasionally good.
yeah. Well, speaking of consistently watchable, thank you everyone for listening, and make sure to follow us on social media. We're Binging Barbie Podcast on Instagram and Tumblr, Binging Barbie on Blue Sky and Serialized, and Binging Barbie, a Barbie movie podcast on Letterboxd. And if you enjoyed this episode, make sure to leave a 5-star review and go join our Patreon at patreon.com/Binging Barbie Podcast. And we'll be back next week to talk about Friendship is Magic Season 2, Episodes 5 and 6. And until next time, don't cut your pony's hairs off. Trust me.
Bye, ponies.
Bye.
Kazim, Kazam, Kazoom.
Shwing, shwing.